Gibbs, and I'm a student at Southwestern Community College, and this is my speech on medical marijuana, the healing plan. Right now in Iowa, there's a big debate going on whether or not to legalize marijuana. And this got brought up by a mother who was concerned about her daughter who has severe seizures, and she claims that medical marijuana would help her daughter with her seizures. Medical marijuana has been around for many years. In the history of medical marijuana, the first reported use of medical marijuana was by a Chinese emperor who was also credited for bringing civilization to China. And he was named Fu Sai. And what was important to him about medical marijuana is that they believed it had the yin and the yang in the medical marijuana, which was very important to China at the time. In 1850, medical marijuana was added to the U.S. pharmacopoeia. With this being done, it was listed as treatment for numbers of afflictions, including neuralgia, tetanus, typhus, chloria, rabies, dysentery, alcoholism, opiate, and addiction. In 1906, the Pure Food and Drug Act required regulation of product labeling rather than pre-marked approval, and this was passed by President Roosevelt, and this ensured the safety of patients and less overdoses and complications of medicines. Massachusetts became the first state to outlaw cannabis or medical marijuana. 1915 to 1927, 10 states passed marijuana prohibition laws. 1942, it was removed from the U.S. pharmacopoeia altogether. Later on in years, it is a controversial topic if it is actually needed for medical use. After medical marijuana was illegal, California was first to legalize medical marijuana in 1996. Hawaii was the sixth state to do this as well. What is medical marijuana? The basis of medical marijuana and the definition is it is a part of the herb or cannabis used as a form of medicine or herbal therapy or synthetic forms of the specific cannabinoid such as THC and also as a form of medicine. There are 400 natural compounds in medical marijuana, and of them 80 are only found in cannabinoid plants. These 80 special compounds are called cannabinoids. Cannabinoids relieve symptoms of illness by attaching to receptors in the brain that look for similar compounds that occurs in the human body, such as dopamine. THC stands for delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. It is the best known cannabinoid in medical marijuana, and it acts as an anti-inflammatory, antidepressant, stimulates appetite, anti-epileptic, and it also lowers blood pressure. Routes of administration. The first route of administration I'd like to talk about is smoking. It is the most fastest way to receive medical marijuana and consumption. It has immediate effects, and the dosage is controlled by the patient, but it can also damage your lungs and cause respiratory problems. Some scientists say that the toxins increase cancer and respiratory disease, and other methods are recommended. The second route of administration I like to talk about is vaporizing. It is the most recommended method. It gently heats the cannabis at a lower temperature and is achieved with a digital accuracy to ensure safety. Releasing the active medicine components of medical marijuana, such as THC, which also it allows less toxins to be administered. The third route is edibles, which is putting medical marijuana in food. And there's a myth I'd like to talk about, is if you just put the dry plant into a pot of brownies, you will not receive any medical high in a spot. So you have to get the actual oil from the cannabis plant and put it in the food if you would like to receive it that way. Another route of administration is the topical. Not many people hear about this. It also receives the oil from the plant, and you put it on your hands if you have arthritis or just a muscle pain, and it helps relieve it just with the THC in it. The anti-spastic, it just relaxes the muscle. Diseases, to sum up the diseases that are affected by medical marijuana if used, are arthritis, and if you are a chemo patient, it helps with not throwing up. AIDS, it increases your appetite when you lose it. And if you have severe seizures or if you have epilepsy. Can anyone tell me how many states have made medical marijuana legal?
16.
No.
18.
Nope. Anyone? No?
20.
20 states have legalized marijuana, and more are probably to come. Thank you for coming to my speech. Any questions?
I think I heard you say that earlier before the speech or something, or I've heard anyway, that it also helps in Alzheimer's.
Yes, that is one of the diseases.
With memory? With memory?
Yes,
or?
it probably has something to do with how the brain takes the medical marijuana.